Hi, Cami.
Hi, Nikki. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired. I'm ready to take a little break from work. It's a Friday and it won't be going out on a Friday, but it's a Friday right now. And it has been a long week and I'm ready to relax. How about you?
Same over here. You know that it's been a long week for both of us. So much work, but it's been so rewarding as well. So kind of mixed feelings. Wanna have a nap, but also wanna work. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
exactly. It's the struggle's real.
Yeah, but we're here once again to read you our new newsletter called Ready to Thrive Through Change.
2022, the portal into 2023.
Yes.
So by the time that you're reading this, it will be just a couple of days away from the new year. 2022 was intense, to say the least, but our team won't be giving it the silent treatment. To be fair, this year taught us so much. It brought us together and made our mission clear, providing people personalized support to navigate change.
We all experience the world differently, which means not any type of support may work for us. For example, have you ever attended a class and understood absolutely nothing? We're sure we have at least once. Not with Nikki, who was my teacher, but
A few times.
a few times. Yeah, totally. And one of the reasons for that may be that the teaching method we experienced was not universally designed. That is, taking into account people's different abilities.
Unfortunately, we are living in systems that aren't universally designed. They are not designed for all of us. When we have systems that include us, we can access the resources that were once considered privileged or just a little bit out of reach, even for ones that are keeping up.
Yep, we brought the P word out to play. It's important to talk about privilege.
Let's say we define using privilege as getting access to certain resources that not everybody can get. Sounds nasty and unfair, and for a lot of us, that's what the word represents.
But what if we flip the script and use our privilege to provide access to ourselves and others? What if we learn what we need and recognize others for their needs too? This would indeed be the gift that never stops giving.
We'll start. At Team Stella, we acknowledge our privilege. We're both white passing, cisgendered, independently financially resourced women by providing a platform to normalize change, build emotional literacy, and offer support to all.
Yes, we're here to offer you skills and tangible tools to learn about yourself and others, and therefore make the choices that suit you best.
So here's the invitation. Having in mind the way you understand and move through the world may be completely different from the person next to you. We invite you to reflect upon what is it that you need to navigate change.
So describe a change in your life. Ask yourself, how do I feel about this change? How do I want to feel about this change? And how will I know when I feel that way?
The inner work, learning about yourself to be able to meet your needs, is the first step to establish relationships where you can be your authentic self.
And after that, the world is your oyster. You will be able to be intentional with teams and even bigger entities. Just like keeping up with yourself and giving yourself permission to feel, which are both topics we addressed in our previous newsletters, this is also a never-ending process because change is always happening and we're constantly exploring new ways through it.
The yucky version of privilege still plays a huge part in our lives. We see people use power to control others daily. It is necessary to disrupt this process by taking a closer look at how access works within our community.
Yes, that's so true, Nikki. And we just want to say we'd love to connect and discuss this topic or anything really. So please feel free to reply to this email and get in contact with us. We wish you a new year full of opportunities for growth.
And if you're ready to thrive through change, book a free session with us and we can talk to you about how we're offering to support our clients through that change from 2022 to 2023, what sort of mental health services we can provide and what sort of care we can provide for those of you that are in need of it. And for those of you who aren't sure or aren't looking right now for extra support, but you want to learn more about yourself, we have plenty of resources that we will be making available completely free of charge. And we love giving you more information about contacts that we like and people that we think you might like too.
Yeah, totally. And this booking a free session is something new for us. We're so excited to be offering this to you. And Nikki's going to be offering those sessions personally to guide you through our Stella framework. We're just so excited to get this going and to meet you all and help you navigate change.
Some of our Shine Theory resources that we want to talk about this week. Again, Shine Theory was coined by Eminette Husseau and Anne Friedman. Some of the resources are, you want to tell about the book, Cami, or do you want me to?
I can say it and you can add your knowledge and personal knowledge about it. Okay, so our first resource we listed here, you'll find all the links down below in the description box. The first one is the book, 4 Fields of Leadership, How People and Organizations Can Thrive in a Hyper-Connected World by Tom Goodell, president and founder of Linden Leadership.
I really recommend this book. It's helped me to thrive through change and to see different frameworks that can help support change and help support all entities thrive through change. I'm also incredibly lucky to work with Tom as a mentor. He has been helping me through the creation of Stella, and I'm really honored and lucky to have his wisdom and friendship through this process. And I completely full-heartedly recommend his book and his work. It's highly valuable and mind-opening.
Okay, and the next resource, we're recommending you learn more about Fielding International's work, which is a Minneapolis-based company, if I'm not wrong, right, Nikki?
Yeah, it's in a lot of different locations right now, but I'm familiar with the Minneapolis-based office, yes.
Yeah, they do a lot of work on planning and designing spaces tailored to encourage student agency and support learning. They've actually built school facilities around the world, which is very interesting to see how it actually works in different places, tailors to different cultures. It's so interesting and really related to universal design. So universal design, sorry, my brain is not working right now. So you can check the link down below as well.
Yeah, the link I really love because you can explore how different spaces in nature kind of mimic spaces in the human-built world, and it gives a pictorial representation of what universal design looks like. So it's really fun if these terms are kind of new to you.
Okay, Nikki, you wanna recommend the next one?
Perfect. And if you are learning more about privilege, and you might be, everyone's on their own journey with privilege. If you have not started that journey to get to know how your privilege affects you and affects others, I highly recommend starting that journey. And if you're on the journey, I highly recommend joining our conversation around privilege. We would love to know more from you and with you. And a good guide for all of us is Me and White Supremacy, which is a guided journal, and that was written by Layla Saad. Layla's work is fascinating, and I'm really honored to have been able to do different workshops with her and learn from her. And this book is a really great starting point, and it was my starting point. So highly recommend it.
Great. So now we're going to tell you about the questions we're asking ourselves lately. So the first one is, how do we feel when others are thriving and it seems that we are not? So Nikki, you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I feel like I don't have motivation. And realized that I am externally motivated, and by it in a lot of moments. And when I'm externally motivated, I never really allow myself to thrive, because I always can find something or someone that's thriving more than me that keeps me moving how I measure thriving, so that I don't really get to have the joy of thriving.
I can totally relate. Totally relate. Yeah. I kind of feel the same thing. Plus, this kind of like mixture between feeling inspired, but at the same time stuck. Because what you were just saying, right? Like there's someone that's always going to be doing better things or things that I find more interesting and stuff like that. A really cool advice that my dad has always given me since I was very little is just accept that there's someone that will always be better than you. and it's a really cool perspective to have, because in my case, I've seen that as an opportunity for growth and actually being taught by these people. So I like to see it that way.
That's really cool. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's a sign of a need for us to stop and connect too, when we start to notice that we're looking outside instead of inside. So even though it kind of brings up uncomfortableness when I'm looking at other people and feel like I'm not thriving, it allows me to take some pause and address what's really going on inside my own head and my own way to make situations valid or not valid.
Yeah, totally agree. And what does thriving through change mean to you, Nikki?
Ooh, to me, man, I think it's personally really similar to where it is with the business. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say. It's really the same, but thriving through change right now to me means being intentional about who I am and who I'm showing up to be, where my values are matching up with my actions. So being really intentional with my actions and my values, so much so that I'm in a state of peace and I can let things emerge. Whew.
Yeah, totally. Peace is the keyword, I think so. And I totally agree on that one. And thriving through change to me, to add something, because I really relate to what you just said, is basically stop resisting change. I feel like whenever I resist change, I do much worse. It's just my body stops functioning the way it should function. My mind I feel like it's collapsed. Like I'm not being open to the world and letting the world show me what it has to offer, which it has so much to offer people and the world, right? So basically just being more open. And by being more open, that also means being more honest, being more transparent, trusting others, and taking care about myself. So thriving through change is definitely being intentional and not thinking change envelops you. But you actually have a choice, which is something we've talked about so much and have also done that on our newsletters.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
What supports you through change right now? And what support would you like to receive eventually?
Oof. Right now, I'd say my loved ones have supported me through change. I find a lot of support in others, but sometimes when I feel like I cannot express myself, which I've definitely been there before, I've also managed to find support in other things, such as taking a walk, just not listening or talking to anyone and just breathing the air intentionally. So sometimes it's just really the small things for me, depending on how I'm feeling. But right now, I think it's my loved ones. And what kind of support would I like to receive eventually? I would like to receive, because I've been to therapy. I've been very open about this. I've been to therapy a couple of times in my life right now, up to now. And I think I would like to try more holistic support. I love meditating. I love doing yoga, and all of that stuff really resonates with me. So I feel like I'd like to try that type of way, because I've gone to therapy, I've been on meds, and I would like to, I'm not saying meds are wrong or therapy is wrong. It has helped me so much. But right now I feel like maybe I want to try the other things a bit more, give them more space in my life. How about you?
Ooh, I love that you shared that, because I'm going to mirror that. I'm in a really similar process, and I've been using what has been coined alternative, which I find problematic, but I've been using alternative practice for a while now, and have found it to be really, really important, and a really important part of my healing journey towards myself. But I've also used therapy and medication, and I found that really helpful as well. So I think that really big permissioning around knowing yourself and knowing what sort of processing is best for you is so, so valuable right now. And the more we can talk about it and kind of expand our information on the type of healing we can receive and we can be exposed to, the more we're learning from each other. So I find that a really cool conversation, and one that I want to keep open and keep going. So
Yeah, and it's so important what you just said. Healing is actually may look so different for all of us. And that's something we should normalize.
Exactly. And with that, last question, how, like, in your body, what does it feel like, or what is the experience if you kind of think about what it's like to thrive through change?
So my somatic experience, I think, would look like, when you like take a deep breath and then let all of that air out, and you like make so much room in your chest for things to come. I feel like that's how thriving through change means, and all that space is being taken up, but like you're being very intentional about how that space is being taken up in your chest. So that's kind of how I feel it. How about you?
I love that. I was imagining like kind of a honeycomb structure of how bubbles sort of brush up against your body. And so it's like a really lovely texture that's so expansive, and there's so much movement, both collectively. I don't know, creating these patterns.
No, yeah, you worded it perfectly.
You too. I like your somatic experiences. Cami, as always, it's lovely to chat with you. And I love chatting with you because I know we're chatting with our community as well. And it's a community that we're creating as we are creating this cell experience. And thanks for being on with us, to our community that's not sitting here with us, and for bringing us into existence. At the same time that we grow and learn and change.
Yeah, and we can't wait to share 2023 with you all. I'm so excited to be here, so grateful. So yeah, can't wait. Thank you so much.
About us, or book a consultation so we can tell you what our plans are for the next year, please do, and check out our resources. Happy Sella.
Happy Sella.
Bye.